So you are Ms. Kayce Bragg, and you have
Yes.
your own private practice. And where are you located?
So I'm in South Carolina, and I have a fully online private practice. So I can do sessions with anyone in South Carolina through video chat or phone calls.
Nice. Now, how did you get into that area of therapy? Because I know sometimes it's been around for a while, but it's kind of been, people don't know about it or it's hard to get clients there. How did you get into that field?
Well, so I've been working in community mental health since 2011. Um, I work for a local nonprofit here in South Carolina called Mental Health America of South Carolina. Give them a little plug there while we're and they serve adults with mental illness within the community. So I've been doing that, and I decided that I wanted to branch out a little bit and try some private practice. But I really like the online, just the whole concept, because I really believe in access for everybody. And the valuable thing about online sessions are that you don't have to drive to an office or have access to be able to actually get somewhere. You can do it from home or from anywhere that you're comfortable with. So yeah, I started working for some of the platforms out there that you contract work with, and I've been doing that for about a year.
Mm-hmm. And how's that been going?
It's been going really well. Yeah,
Oh,
I've built up a good client base. I'm on a couple different platforms providing services on there. So yeah, the beginning of this year, I decided I was ready to branch out and try to open, my own practice. I'm still working on the platforms, but I'm trying to transition slowly into, a fully independent practice.
Oh, and will that all be online as well?
Yes, it is all online. It's actually open and going now. It's called Synergy E-Therapy. And so we've got a website, www.synergyetherapy.com, if anybody wants to check it out. And we've also got a couple other therapists in other states as well. So
Oh,
if anyone,
wow.
yeah, and checking that out, it's all right there for anyone to look at.
And what other states do you have involved right now?
Minnesota and New York, I think, is all that I'm aware of right now, but they're adding people, as time goes on. So yeah, and looking for people as well, if anyone's
Mm-hmm.
interested in
Good.
joining.
And so that's been like one of the things, especially in Rhode Island, that's been a sticky point for the telecommunications type of stuff, because as therapists, we're only allowed to practice in our state. Well,
Right.
Rhode Island being the smallest state, you could probably walk to your neighbor's house and, you'd be halfway across the state. So I think it really works for states like yours and Minnesota because it's so big.
Mm-hmm.
People have access to you online, and it wouldn't take 5 minutes for them just to drive to you. So that is great.
Yep, absolutely. So I see people. I'm actually based out of like the Midlands area, right around the center of South Carolina. But
Mm-hmm.
I can see people, all the way in the upstate and all the way down to, Charleston and Beaufort and the bottom of the state. And so it's just really nice because I have a further reach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is awesome. And who have you seen as somebody who's taking advantage of this type of therapy most? Is it the millennials? Is it the people who can't get out of the house, or people who can't leave work?
Yeah, actually, I've seen quite a wide gamut of population. For the first, I don't know, I would probably say 6 months or so at least, I had mostly 20 somethings, young 30s, mostly female. But as time's gone on, I've seen a lot more males, a lot more people in their 40s and 50s, and people who don't have access to be able to get to an office. Um, so yeah, I mean, I have a lot of college students. So really it's a pretty wide variety. I think it's definitely gaining popularity and going to continue to grow.
And I think it also helps with like better health promoting on TV and stuff like that,
Mhm.
because then people know that it's alive and out there. So that's awesome.
Absolutely.
And so you've been in practice since 2011. Was being a counselor or a therapist something you always wanted to be when you grew up?
It wasn't actually. I didn't ever I didn't ever really know what I wanted to do. But I went into psychology in college and just really excelled at it and really enjoyed it. And still, to be very honest, didn't know where it was going to lead me. But then as I started, I got towards the end of my program and started looking into master's programs. I found the counseling aspect and just really enjoyed it. And especially, once I got to those internship pieces of my program, just really found that the community mental health, which is where I started, and I'm still working in that vector. I just really loved it. I just have a heart for that underserved population and community mental health. And, but yeah, I've also really enjoyed doing private practice because it's a completely different population and a totally different ball of wax. Yeah.
And so where do we expect to see you in the 5 to 10 years? What's your dream?
Oh, goodness. Well, I'm hoping to just keep building my practice, growing it from a few people to, many more people. I'd like to transition to doing that fully in terms of not contracting with the other places that I'm contracting with now. But I plan to continue my job at the nonprofit because I love that piece of what I do as well. So I don't see myself leaving that anytime soon. So, I don't know. I don't have any super lofty goals right now, except just to grow my practice because I love what I'm doing. And I really just want to continue what I'm doing.
And for other people out there who are thinking about being in therapy or getting into the business of private practice, what's one nugget of information you could give them? Like, if you could talk to them, what would it be? Like, you should know this about starting private practice.
Oh goodness. It's hard. It takes a lot of work. You definitely have to be committed to putting yourself out there. This is not something I would normally do.
Really?
Stuff out there. This is new for me. You have to be willing to do a lot of legwork. And it takes money, there are different ways you can do it and spend different amounts of money, but like starting any business, it takes money. And it takes dedication. So really it's just, are you willing to put the work into it that it's going to take to be able to establish it and grow your practice?
And I think the other thing is like, you're getting into the business side of things and it's completely different from just sitting there listening and talking to people.
Yeah, it's so different. I established my LLC back in December and all of that paperwork is new to me. Just, the business paperwork and having to have an attorney and an accountant and all of the different things you have to do. It's a lot and it's a lot to know. But I guess one good piece of advice that I've come across I would share with people is use your resources, connect with other people who have done it and ask them questions. And ask for referrals to people who are trusted for, just connections to help you in the business part of it, because it's something that we know nothing about.
Yeah. They forgot to teach us that. They just thought we're going to be in agency jobs forever.
Yes, absolutely.
So I want to ask you, what is the last good book you read?
Oh, goodness. I ask people that all the time. I'm not prepared to answer it myself. Last good book I read was probably Ready Player One, which just came out as a movie actually, and I saw the movie as well, and it's good. It's a good book. It's about video games and a whole virtual world. It's set in the future. It's sort of a little bit sci-fi, a little bit adventure, but it's a pretty good book. I think that's the last one that I finished.
Awesome. So is there anything else you would like our viewers to know about you or what you do?
Do you
have openings?
I do have openings. Yes, I absolutely have openings. Yeah, so I mentioned it earlier, but our website is www.synergyetherapy.com. My Facebook page is Kayce Bragg LPC. All of the information is there. My phone number, my website, my email, everything is there if anybody wants to get in touch with me. And yes, I have openings. I'm looking for clients who are excited and want to take part in their own recovery and engage in therapy and, just work hard, but also have a good time.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much today for joining us. And let's make sure we get your links to the bottom of the video so that people can check your website out and things like that.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to you soon.